a sequence of events played out where it seemed like the football gods put their thumb a little bit on the scale of the team in red and pewter.
Yeah.
By that, I mean Saints have the ball. They're up 13. Dalton's been moving it very well. I mean, he played a terrific game last night, Andy Dalton. You got to give it up to him, for him, what have you. But they hand it off to Alvin Kamara. Great idea, right? When you're trying to take time off the clock. His helmet comes off. He's got to come off the field. In comes Mark Ingram, who's got a first down. He's running free on the sideline. Mark Ingram normally would just be aware enough to just slide down. You're not going to go out of bounds and stop the clock. And if you are, that first down marker that's right in front of you, that's totally in your line of view because you're running towards it.
And it's yellow.
You would be the one. Well, actually, it's orange, but maybe you need to adjust your set. But I mean, it's just it's right there, and he runs out of bounds in front of it, and he goes down on a knee on the sideline, and clearly he's hurt. But he doesn't pick up the first down, and he goes out of bounds, and it's 3rd and 1, and that's when the Saints kind of take over by throwing it on 3rd and 1. I don't understand. Teams in the NFL this year,
what are we doing?
And also in college. It's like 3rd and 1. You're going to go in shotgun and throw it, or shotgun and run it. Can we play football? There's something called a fullback. You know, maybe I'm going to throw.
They still play those?
It's what I'm saying, like H-back, fullback, whatever you want to call it. You know,
you got a nose tackle.
If I'm a head coach in the NFL one day, wave a wand. I'm now an NFL head coach. You know the first thing I'm going to do after demanding the fact that I control the roster? After that, is I'm going to get one guy, and I'm going to tell my team up in the front office, buy a neck roll for him, because he's going to wear a neck roll and he's going to be standing there and he's going to go hit the hole for somebody to follow him. That's the way I'm going to play football. I want 3 tight ends, maybe 6 offensive linemen, and let's go. At any rate, they throw it incomplete, and then on the plus side of the field, in this day and age, when you are going and throwing it on 3rd and 1, normally you do that because you're going to run it on 4th down, but they punt. Now, I understand this Tom Brady that we're seeing this year is not the Tom Brady of old, but you got to know, that guy still exists. Mm-hmm. That guy is still in there. He's still a guy who comes out in LFGs, the corner of an end zone when he's warming up. He's still the same guy. I saw him in person in Munich. He is definitely bristling at the circumstances. You saw him angry on the sideline, saying, what the F is up with that, if you can read lips?
Not happy about the punt.
What the F was that? Okay, he was angry about something, right? Mm-hmm. He's still the same guy. He might miss a throw here and there. He's still Tom effing Brady, as we all saw last night. And however they keep playing their last 2 games at home, because they had a home game in Munich that was technically a home game for them. The last 2 times they played in Tampa, the first 50 minutes of the game was terrible, and then the last 10 minutes of the game is the way they should play the first 50 minutes of the game.
Right.
So we all know they scored with no time left on the Rams, went off to Munich and won that game, and then had a bye, and then whatever the hell happened in Cleveland did, and it looked like the back was not only against the wall here, but the division was about to get wide open for all 4 teams. If the Bucs fell to 5-7, the Saints would have been right there at 5-8. The Falcons are in it. Even the Carolina Panthers, who told Baker Mayfield, you're out, they would still be in this mix. Technically, they still are. There's still a lot of road left, especially because the Bucs are staring at a trip to San Francisco next week. This was dire straits. This was back against the wall. This is like Tom Brady might actually have a final season in Tampa or period, finishing below 500 and watching another team win the division anyway with a 500 record or below. I mean, that's the stuff that was on the line last night. And then he starts making throws, and everybody starts making plays. Scotty Miller's making a play. What a catch by Julio Jones. It was like he channeled his Super Bowl catch against the Patriots. It wasn't toe tapping. It wasn't on the sideline. It was a badly thrown ball, to be honest with you. But he grabbed it. He moved his body in the air. He kind of channeled that acrobatic stuff in the air. he was channeling his inner Julio Jones, and Godwin's making a catch, and Brady had to score twice. He throws a pass to Godwin. Donovan Smith, that was not a hold, guys. That was an absolute wrestling takedown. That was an absolute that had to get called. Even when you got to swallow your whistle. I mean, my God, that was terrible.
Yeah.
So now Brady's got to do it from first and goal, way back near, as they term, the high red zone. Now, I'm hearing that phrase a lot now. The high red.
Well, like the 15 to the 20?
Whatever. Just give me a break.
What are we doing?
Anyway, long story short, Brady does it.
Of course he did.
Latest he's ever thrown a game-winning touchdown pass in his career with 3 seconds left.
He's just trying to own every record and do everything.
He is. Yes, he is.
And he is.
44th career fourth quarter comeback win. That broke a record with Marino.
Peyton Manning.
And Peyton Manning was watching it on his Manning cast with his brother, and holy cow, did the Bucs need that. Again, going to San Francisco next week, and they're 6-6, and now they have a nice lead because they've already beaten the Falcons, who just lost to the Steelers. They have a nice lead in division, a little bit of a cushion now. And I did turn to my 11-year-old Coop, who was sitting there watching it with me. And in the same way that you just said, Chris, to start the show, you were watching it with Cage, who's almost 3, a couple of months shy of being 3. He won't remember it. I did say to him, I'm like, you are lucky. Mm-hmm. And I'm lucky that you're old enough to remember this, that you saw Tom Brady play at age 45. It's 45. Okay.
That's insane.
I mean,
man.
it's just, we could keep on saying it over and over and over again. And I know there's a lot of people think it sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher, like, wah, wah, wah. It's the same thing. They did it again.
Man, that was cold-blooded.
Thank you, Gus. It was.
It was cold-blooded, man.
It was cold-blooded.
I expected it. I told Chris that. I did, Rich. I did.
I wasn't. No, I'm going to be honest with you.
This dude's a killer, man. I expect him to win.
Yeah, but at 16-3, the Bucs offense looked horrible.
And I have to give it up to Bowles, because when he punted, I thought of the line I said last week, is his next risk will be his first. And he punted it away.
They're winning in spite of Bowles.
And I'll be honest with you, they got lucky that Mark Ingram, who, by the way, tweeted out an apology to his team and his teammates that he should have picked up the first down.
He was hurt.
I know he was, but he
should have been out there.
If he got that first down, that would have been another 2 minutes off the clock. And Brady, as we all knew, needed every last second to do it. We got to give it up. Bucs are still alive. They've taken many shots, still alive.
45, man. Rich, Joe Burrow is 25. So if Joe Burrow plays for 20 more years, he will then be the same age as Tom Brady.
It's kind of, well, how about this one? You want to set this one up, and then we'll end the conversation for some breaking news here? That Brock Purdy, who Brady is playing against
underdog
next week, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, now the most relevant Mr. Irrelevant, because he's now the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy was talking about the honor of playing against Tom Brady. And his quote was, man, he's been playing longer than I've been alive. Fact. Fact. He's been playing longer than I've been alive.
Wow.
We got to witness this.
That's happening next week. And the Bucs go in with a win that they needed so desperately. They did. And we'll see. Because in a playoff game, when you think Brady's out, he'll pull you back in, as he's done now again. And you could see the players responded. Godwin making plays, Miller made plays, Julio Jones made plays, and even the one play that Mike Evans couldn't make or didn't make drew a flag. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.